Hi everyone, and welcome to another speed build in The Sims 4. I'm Aria, and today we are building a tropical farm in Sulani. So I wanted to build something small for a change, because most of my recent builds have been huge and they take quite a long time to do, and I wanted to, I don't know, try and do some more builds that I haven't maybe done before, or are a little bit more out of my, usual style. And Island Living's not really a pack that I have used very much. I really like it, so I'm not really sure why I've not used it very often before. But yeah, I wanted to use it today, and so I thought I would build this little house for you. So it's a 1-bedroom 1-bathroom house built on the Journey's End lot in Sulani. I think it's a 40 by 30 lot, but it's a pretty small house. But I was watching I think it was SunnySimsie, and I think she did a small apple farm, and I thought it was a really cute idea, and I'll link it down below for you in case anyone would like to go and watch it. But I thought it would be a really cute idea to do something similar, and I thought, combined the two, this pack and that kind of idea, and create like a tropical farm. So I downloaded a room off the gallery. I think the person who uploaded it is Dolphin Simmer, but they uploaded a room full of perfect fruits, fruit plants. So I've put a bunch of those down, and I think I've used coconuts, pineapples, kava root, and there's one more, but I don't remember what it is. I think it's taro, maybe. I'm probably wrong. But if you choose to download it, then they will all be there for you. So I didn't use like a plan or anything. Usually I have like a reference image or something I found on Pinterest, but with this one I didn't have anything, which is very unusual for me, because normally I at least have, like an image of the front of the build or something to go off of. But this time I didn't have anything, so I left all of the floor plan and the shell in for you, because I don't do that very often, and normally I'll do like a basic shell and then we'll jump right to kind of the next bit. And usually, because floor plans take ages and I'm not really very quick at that sort of thing, but with this not being a pre-existing floor plan or like an idea from anywhere, I thought it was probably a good idea for me to leave as much in as I could, so that you could see kind of how I work things out. It's a little bit chaotic, I think, but I think it's interesting to see. I like watching other people do it, so I thought it would be good for me to include in this one. So I don't include me adding windows, because I think I changed them like 3 times, but I didn't change the position or the location of the window. So where you will see them in just a second is where I put them down originally. I just changed the type of window. So I think I went from using base game to then using Island Living and Jungle Adventure window swatches, and the wall paint changed like 6 times too. So this is the one that we go with in the end, and I think it looks cute. I think it's really nice for a little island farmhouse. So I use the tool mod quite a lot in this build. I recently downloaded the build mode tool. and it's just so much easier to use. And so I made the most of it and used it in this build quite a lot. So once I have finished adding all of these little bits and pieces to the exterior of the house, we move on to the landscaping. I've tried to include pretty much all of the landscaping in this as well. I don't really include any of the interiors in my builds, but obviously if that is something that people would be interested in watching, then you know, please let me know and I will at least, you know, try and include some bits and pieces. My next video, which will be out on Wednesday, you'll be able to see kind of my process with the interiors and things, which I think is pretty cool. So we are now on to some terrain tools. So I wanted to create like almost like a tiered garden in this. There's 4 different plant types, but I actually only create like 3 tiers, which I didn't really think about when I was doing it. I just was trying to, you know, make it look nice. But it works out in the end because, you know, the coconut trees are actually quite big, so it works out quite nicely. So down here I am adding like a little fishing pond. It took me a little while to figure out how to make it kind of usable, functional, for both fishing and swimming, because I added quite a lot of things, as you will see in a moment, that it kind of meant that my sim couldn't jump in the pool. But we are using these like lava rocks from Island Living, which I think look really cool. There's the straight ones, and these ones are kind of slightly curved, which I think is really cool for this sort of styled landscaping. They cling to the sides not the best. They tend to sit kind of right on top of the highest tile. But with the tool mod they do sink quite nicely into the ground. And I have left all of that in for you so you can kind of see how I use the tool mod to lower these rocks into the ground. So most people, I've noticed, they'll do like one at a time. I tend to do all of them and then I'll like unselect the odd few that I think are at the right height. It tends to be a lot easier for me to do this way, and it's also a lot quicker. There is obviously the occasional one that I miss and it'll either be floating or sunk so far into the ground that you can't see it, but it doesn't matter, you know. I do this pretty much whenever I'm using tool. This is how I use it. And I don't know, I feel like it speeds things up a lot more for me. And yeah, like you can see that one on the front left there, it's kind of in the ground a little bit. But now we will start on this little pond. So I was running through all of the different kind of rocks that we have, trying to find one that was the same kind of color and the same texture and a similar shape, but that was small enough that I could put it around the outside of this little pond. And I think those small ones at the front might be from cats and dogs. They might be Island Living, but honestly I don't remember. But I think 99% of the landscaping is Island Living, because I was trying to match it to, you know, like the surrounding landscaping. And as you will see, I pretty much just cover everything. I add like a very small waterfall in this little section, like the little gap on the pond there. That is from Discover University. It's one of the ones that I use pretty much all the time. There is an item that I saw somebody else use, I think it's from Get Together, that's got like a small water kind of feature type thing on it. That, I need to go back and watch the video and figure out what it is, and then hopefully I'll be able to use that for like smaller spaces, because whenever I've tried to use like a waterfall effect in like smaller places, kind of like in this little spot here, the waterfalls that we have from the debug menu are just way too big. They don't size down, and so you either have to have them kind of in the perfect spot or cover them up. But obviously to cover them up you still need quite a lot of space for like rocks and everything, so if I can find one that's a little bit smaller, it will definitely be a lot easier for me because I'll be able to, you know, add that kind of effect in places that maybe I haven't been able to before. And you know me, if it doesn't have a waterfall, then it's, you know, what am I doing? Because literally like every single one of my builds has some kind of waterfall somewhere, so yeah, obviously I couldn't not include one in this. But yeah, these are the plants that I am using. I downloaded them from the gallery, and they're all perfect plants, I think, so it definitely helps my sim. I make a sim for pretty much every single one of the builds that I make. I'm not very good in CAS at all, but I try. I haven't uploaded any of them to gallery because, well, because I'm not very good. And most of them include quite a lot of CC too. But you'll be able to see the little sim that I made in the little tour that I have for you at the end, which will be coming up shortly. In the meantime, we are just gonna finish placing these plants and do some terrain paint. If you would like to download this build, it is on the gallery for you. Please make sure you enable bb.moveobjects before placing. So that is pretty much it from me today. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Please let me know what you think. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe if you haven't already. And hopefully I will see you all next time. Bye everyone.